Do you have an old rusty hunk of junk van sitting around that you don't really drive very much anymore? Why not turn it into a camper? Let's go on a little road trip and I'll show you how.
Turn right to stay on Argyle Park Road.
This gentleman here saw my fart zone sign as we were going down the road. What's your name?
Eric Cyrus.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I heard you honk. So one of the first things you're going to want to do is climate control your van. You're going to want to retrofit an air conditioning unit in your back window. That can be fairly easily done with only a few cuss words. And yeah, so if you're in a colder climate, you might want to retrofit a heater into your van somehow. Most parks have electric hookups, so it's not an issue. You can use a solar generator like your EcoFlow, or a regular gas-powered generator if you're out somewhere else. So this is one of the most essential things of summer vamping right here. Get yourself one of these 30 amp converter plugs. A 30 amp plug to a regular plug converter. That way you can utilize another circuit at the campground. You can run your power cord right in a crack in the window. Or if your van's as rusty as mine, you can probably find several holes to run the power into. Get you one of these windshield thingies. This will help keep your van nice and cool. And it keeps peeping toms away. If the van's a rockin', don't come a knockin'. Once you get your van all rigged up, all wired up, and your air conditioner retrofitted, you're ready to do some vamping. But the most important thing is step 2. Today, we have a Free Wave Golden Ale from Athletic Brewing Company, non-alcoholic brew. Oh yeah. Seriously, don't junk your old van. It might have a couple good years as a vamper. Today, we're at beautiful Argyle Lake Park in Colchester, Illinois. And this is an 1,800 acre park with a 58 acre lake, 5 miles of hiking trails, and I think like 60 something campsites or something like that. So this place is set up. This is a paradise for any nature lover, and it's a great place to bring your van if you're thinking about doing some vamping. Well, just hanging out, going around the lake, and look who showed up. It's the one and the only Jimmy Griggs, ladies and gentlemen. Back for his second in the bush appearance.
My pleasure to be an abject surprise.
That's awesome, man. It was a very pleasant surprise, man. Thanks for stopping out. It's a beautiful evening here.
Happy to have a chance to see you when I'm in town and you're up and about again.
Absolutely. So you spent a lot of time over the years at this park.
Yeah, I did. My son and I came here a lot with Cub Scouts, Troop 50 out of Warsaw, and then when he became a Boy Scout, we spent tons of time camping here. That special seasoning, excellent.
The spog.
The spog.
Successful meal in the bush. This
Amen.
does not suck.
Ooh.
Chicken breast sandwiches, a little provolone cheese.
I could eat this every day.
Lightly smoked from the firewood. Some green beans out of my garden. And of course, some cottage cheese. Well, time to hit the sack. It has been an absolutely beautiful day here in the bush, and we're just getting started. See y'all in the morning. Oh man, this thing really is a sleeping machine. It's been a while since I've had a good vamp out. Been too long. Definitely needed to take advantage of this. Last night was just awesome. It's just been glorious. I slept, I dreamed like crazy. Ice cold air conditioning blowing on me. This is how you do it in the summertime, folks. Little of my homemade maple syrup. Oh yeah. This doesn't suck. You know why all the trees in Iowa lean towards Illinois? Because Illinois sucks. This is some woke bullshit. Look, even the toilet isn't happy. I just got back from a glorious hike. It was one of the most awesome hikes I've ever been on. Not the longest. There were a lot of trees down over the trail from the recent storm, and but there are over 5 miles of trails in this park, so I didn't even touch the tip of the iceberg. So I'll be coming back here a lot to check things out. But while I was gone, I picked some pine needles from a white pine, and we're going to make pine needle tea. This will be my first time trying this. It's really good for you, full of antioxidants. really good for a lot of different things. Your blood, your circulatory system, your respiratory system, like your nasal congestion, but it's full of vitamin C. You want to make sure that you harvest a white pine, and an easy way to tell that it's a white pine is there are 5 needles in each cluster, and an easy way to remember that there are 5 needles in each cluster is the word white, W-H-I-T-E, for white pine. So that's just an easy way to remember there's 5 letters in the word white, there's 5 needles on a white pine in the cluster. So I looked up some different recipes online, and it seems that you can just it's a tea, so you can steep as many or as little as you want as far as how many needles you use. So I'm just going to kind of play it by ear, and you can sweeten it with honey. You can do anything that you would do with tea. So I might actually sweeten this with some of my homemade maple syrup, since I have it with me. So we're going to give this a try. I got some water heating up in the nesting cup here, and I'm just going to bring it up to a boil and then kill the heat, and then just steep these, and we're going to give them a try. I've heard it's pretty good. We're about to find out. All right, well, it's time for the test. Pine needle tea. Let's see. Just kidding. Side effects are usually mild. I don't know. I'm not really impressed with it, to be right honest. It doesn't taste like piney or anything. Like, it just tastes kind of like dirty pond water. And I've actually drank dirty pond water, so kind of know what it tastes like. I'm gonna try sweetening it a little bit with some of my homemade maple syrup, since I have it with me. And we're gonna see what that does for the flavor. I'm guessing it's going to taste like maple water. It really just doesn't have much of a flavor. I thought there'd be like way more of a piney flavor, but there's not. It does have kind of a greenish algae color, but you can tell it leached a lot of the green color from the leaves, or from the needles, but we'll see what this does. You could use honey. You could put lemon in it. You could get all kinds of creative with it. I make dandelion tea a lot. Yep. Tastes like maple water. Dirty pond maple water. Cheers. Just rode my mountain bike around the lake. It's a pretty good ride. It's definitely not for a beginner bicyclist, that's for sure, because we're talking a lot of hills that are straight up and a lot of scary descents, but it was a fun ride. Just make a giant loop around the lake, and riding across the dam was probably my favorite part. But it's a great workout if you're into bicycling. Another great night's sleep in the Vanper. Last night I made hot ham and cheeses and some zucchini, and just sat around the fire and enjoyed the evening, and came in and passed out. After all the hiking and biking yesterday, was nice and wore out, and slept like a rock. I'm telling you, if you got an old van, you got to do this to it. It's awesome. Now what makes this a plus is this van has the extended roof, the extended ceiling, the conversion kit, so it's got the TV in it and whatnot, and that gives you a little more headroom for standing up and stuff. But you can do it with a flat roof van, no problem. But anyway, unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. Therefore, I must tear this camp down and go home. But
we'll be back again soon. As always, we'll see you next time in the bush.